Hi, Tilty Carlson here. Do you like horror movies? Do you like anthology movies? I'm certainly a fan of both, and I just picked up a classic movie from 1982 that just made its 4K debut, which for some reason I'd never heard of or seen prior to this. The movie I'm talking about is Creepshow. When I saw the cast and crew involved with this film, I knew it was something I had to see. Directed by George A. Romero of the Living Dead series, written by Stephen King, special effects by Tom Savini, and a cast that includes the likes of Hal Holbrook, Leslie Nielsen, E.G. Marshall, Ed Harris, and a whole host of others. This definitely sounded like my kind of movie, and I'm glad I finally got to check it out, especially with this recent 4K release. So, as usual, I'm going to unbox this, share my opinion, and let you know what I think. Nice cover art there. You can really see this isn't the kind of movie that takes itself too seriously, but I do mean that in a good way. Back cover's got all of our information. And then there is actually a reversible sleeve in here, which is very nice. And it's done in the style of the comic book that's seen in the film. I love the way this looks. Inside we have the film on a 4K Ultra High Def disc, which has the film itself, and then, of course, a few bonus features and commentary tracks. And then we also have more bonus features plus the film on a Blu-ray disc. I'll read a description of the film as follows from the back of the package. Masters of the Macabre. Writer Stephen King and director George A. Romero conjure up 5 shocking yarns, each of virtuoso exercise in the ghouls and gag style of classic 50s horror comics. A murdered man emerges from the grave for a Father's Day cake. A meteor's ooze makes everything grow. A professor selects his wife as a snack for a created creature. A scheming husband plants 2 lovers up to their necks in terror. A malevolent millionaire with an insect phobia becomes the prey of a cockroach army. Add the spirited performances of an excellent cast: Hal Holbrook, Adrienne Barbeau, Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson, E.G. Marshall, and King himself, and the ghoulish makeup wizardry of Tom Savini, and you have a non-stop, thrilling ride that plays like an anthology of human phobias. So like I said, I'd never seen Creepshow prior to picking up this release, but I have to say, the movie did pleasantly surprise me. I mean, yes, this is horror, but it's intentionally campy horror that's meant as a throwback to those old-style horror comics from back in the day. The movie, of course, is bookended by segments that revolve around a young boy reading the Creepshow comic book, which his father obviously isn't too fond of. And then we have the 5 individual anthology horror stories in between. Naturally, a movie like this, not every single story is going to be an instant classic or a winner. Some of them are certainly better than others, but it was great to see the sheer talent they actually brought together for this. I mean, you ever seen Stephen King be an actor? Believe me, you haven't lived until you've seen this guy portray a country bumpkin who's impacted by the growth effects of a meteorite. I'm not going to say anything else here. You even get to see Leslie Nielsen in an antagonistic role, putting people up to their necks, literally, in danger. Murderous creatures from old expeditions, a war brought on by cockroaches, and of course, dead father coming back to life to get his birthday cake. I mean, just from those plot summaries, you can get an idea of what kind of movie this is. If it sounds like your cup of tea, it probably is. Clocking it at right about 2 hours, it's maybe a little too long, and I do think a few of the segments tend to drag, but overall the good certainly outweighs the bad. My first time watching Creepshow, and I certainly had a ton of fun watching it. Scream Factory brings the movie to 4K for the first time, and I have to say, this is a gorgeous looking disc. Kind of surprising given that this was meant to be a throwback to low-budget horror comics, B-movies, and the like. The picture quality here is gorgeous. You got nice, deep, dark black levels, lots of vibrant colors when they're called for, plenty of detail. I mean, there are the occasional scenes that look a little softer, namely the ones that employ the comic book style transitions and framing, but that's just something that goes along with the inherent source material, so can't really blame that one on the transfer. It's a great looking disc, and my complaints, if any, are minimal. There's a ton of bonus features on here. As you can see, Scream Factory really pulled out the stops here. We get one of those Horrors Hallowed Grounds episodes where they go to the filming locations. I've always been a fan of those. And then a lot of featurettes, both past and present, that really go back into the making of the film. Any fan of the movie is going to absolutely fall in love with what they have here. I don't think there's anything new here compared to earlier Scream Factory Blu-ray releases of the film, but again, I don't think too many people are going to complain. This disc comes very highly recommended to any fan of anthology storytelling, horror, classic, campy, B-movie style storytelling, and the like. I don't think you're going to be let down by this release. Are you a fan of Creepshow? Where would you rank this in the filmographies of its respective creators? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.